Alrighty, so making this other video part two of the or part, pretty much part two on the exhaust side, but this is more like a part four, part five, or other things that are done to these heads. But anyways, I posted a video earlier this week on me milling the exhaust port, opening up a little bit. So many of you guys mentioned that, oh, you can't open up the port that much, blah blah blah. I don't go with what everybody else does. I try to do my own thing. It has worked for me in the past. I built a couple of engines that were pretty good, for what I really had, for the money that was invested in the time. Mostly was more time invested, But anyways, here's the port that I opened it up about 3/4 of an inch, because that's as far as I can go with the cutter, because this is a such taper. You can't go straight because you're gonna mess up then go through the casting. But anyways, I blended it up a little bit just to get it started. But here's the other head that I finished, the exhaust port, and here we are. It looks rough in the picture and the video, but it's pretty smooth. I went for 220. I can go up to like probably 320 and just leave it like that, because it is much more than from what was the factory casting was. It is opened up about 25% bigger. We're gonna go with a mild cam, not too big, not too small. I gotta decide which cam I'm gonna go with. But anyway, this is a brand new set of heads, and they have a lot of work done to them. I had to do a lot of work here on the intake, because they were shrouded like crazy. The guides were really long, so we backed up the guides a certain percentage. Made them a little bit shorter, and I opened up the ports and I made them deep port. I bought the set of heads. My friend did the port, but he just did the shape, and I just did the rest because I got a good deal on them. But even though I got a good deal on them, I spent money on them, on the machine work, that I did. The machine shop had to do the milling on the fly cutting, because my machine is not set up for that yet. But here's the deep port, and so this part of the seats is done. I mean, behind the seats. So this is the other port, and then this is the head done here, which like I said, I opened about 25%, a little bit bigger. And anyway, so I don't have the tool to measure the whole thing. I'm gonna see them to see roughly how much I can get, but I had to, roughly use a valve to see how far I went on this one. Mark it, make sure it goes in the same, and then it does the same thing on the other side. Roughly I know how far, how much I opened up the inside of the port, and then the outside I used this. I improvised because I don't have my micrometers here, but here it is. Pretty much they're identical. See this one, see, still gotta go some more. This is the finished head. So this is what I use roughly. I know they're around 30 something millimeters big, but like I said, I don't go with what everybody else does. I try to do my own thing, and hopefully they work good. This is a combination I'm doing again. When I first did my 1641 years ago with stock heads, the car moved pretty good. For the street. It wasn't something huge, but it worked pretty good for what it had. And anyways, like I said, these heads I had to do the valve job on them because they were horrible. Brand new set of heads, and they needed a brand new valve job, and I took care of that. But I'm happy that I was able to take care of it. But this has a lot of work. How to open up the chambers here, fly cut them, open up the ports, the exhaust, whatever. So this is gonna go on a 1641. Hopefully, I'll make my decision on what cam I'm gonna be using. I don't know yet. But anyways, here they are. Hopefully they'll work good. So that's the before, after on the port.